welcome to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI for European North Basketball League action as the Bristol Flyers take on Legia Warszawa live from the SGS College Arena. Very welcome to you at home. My name is Joel Osborne. Very pleased to be joined courtside by former Bristol Flyers captain Gareth Till. And Gareth, this is another exciting night of European action against last season's Polish Cup winners. Tasty match in store today.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been treated to some great European competition so far, and it doesn't stop tonight either. A very historic team here again, making the trip over to Bristol, which I'm sure is going to be an outstanding game. Another great game here in Bristol. Yeah,
I mean, the names keep coming, don't they, to the SGS College Arena in the ENBL this season. Legia Warsaw, the 9-time Polish champions, 4-time FIBA Europe Cup finalists. Another big test in store for Coach Kapula's side.
Yeah, they're coming thick and fast. Obviously, Leicester, big game of the weekend, and now ENBL action against another tough, talented team. You know, setting up Bristol Flyers nicely for their domestic campaign, playing against these talented players from across the seas.
Yeah, you mentioned the Flyers looking to bounce back from that overtime loss to Leicester Riders. It was kind of a dead rubber game in the end. It didn't really mean anything. Pride was on the line. But how much confidence will they take from that performance coming into tonight's game?
Yeah, I think like I said, there was a lot of pride at stake, and obviously, you know, the Flyers want to defend the home court and didn't quite get the victory. But a really good game, a lot of action. But yeah, they'll be buoyed with how they played. They played well, you know, went into overtime, but of course they'll want to get some revenge back on that defeat at the weekend.
Well, let's take a look at the Group B standings coming into tonight's action. And of course, one game taking place earlier on this evening as Inter Bratislava were able to defeat Feilingen from Norway 90 points to 88 to improve to 3-0 in the Group B standings. There's also two other games taking place in the group tomorrow night. Back and Bears hosting Dynamo Bucharest and Bamberg taking on Kayla Coolbet. So expect plenty of movement in the standings before the end of the week. Of course, Gareth, tonight marks Legia Warsaw's fourth game of their ENBL campaign. They're 2-1 so far. Their only defeat coming at the hands of Inter Bratislava. They'll be keen to come look to bounce back here tonight against Bristol.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously they've got their own ambitions to make progress in this competition, and certainly one of the contending teams to get it out of the group as well. So, you know, the way the Bristol Flyers roster, the schedule, got some of the tough teams early doors. So, you know, they'll be looking to put a performance home tonight, and obviously try and make progress himself, trying to make that spot into the next round.
Talk about the tough start to Bristol Flyers campaign, 0-2 so far, but Gareth, arguably the defeats, they've only been by 10 and 11, but arguably the two of the top contenders for the ENBL title this season.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. I don't think you can argue much against that, but again, we mentioned the tough competition tonight, so yeah, the way the sort of fixtures have come out, they've had, you know, really tough games early on, and they'll be wanting to sort of maybe bounce back against some of the sort of lesser teams, if you like, to try and make progress in this competition.
Well, let's take you to tonight's team news for the upcoming game, starting with the home side, Bristol Flyers. And here's a look at the bench for Bristol Flyers this evening. And one big name stands out there, Gareth, Leslie Smith. He's been out for the last few weeks for Bristol Flyers, back in the rotation today.
Yeah, it's great to have Leslie back in the rotation. I spoke to Coach before the game. Not sure how many minutes he might get, but good to have him warming up with the group. And if the opportunity occurs, then I'm sure he might get a few minutes. But I think they'll be very cautious with Leslie. Still very early on in the season, and they want to make sure that injury's recovered fully.
And just having him back in the rotation for the Bristol Flyers, it certainly offers a different dynamic. You know, you've got Owen McCormack coming off the bench as that stretch four, but another big body like him can be valuable in games like this.
Yeah, that's right, Joel. Just defensively, and we've seen, you know, Leslie, he can really pass the ball as well. He's got a good eye for a pass, can pass that down, thread the needle, and just that experience. He's been around in the league for a long time, in the British Basketball League, SLB, so just that experience will obviously come invaluable for the Flyers tonight.
Well, here's a look at the squad suiting up for Legia Kosh tonight, who are led by head coach Ivica Scalin. Ones to watch for them include American guard Jawan Evans, the 39th overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft. He's in a deadly backcourt combo with Cameron McGusty, who is the team's leading scorer and is coming in off a 23-point performance in their defeat to Inter Bratislava last week. There's also NBA experience in the form of 6'8" forward Sean Jones, and Polish point guard Andrzej Pluta also pulls the strings for them in the backcourt. And lastly, the Flyers will have to keep an eye on 6'9" sharpshooter Dominik Grudzinski, who is also a deadly threat from behind the three-point line. And Gareth, some tasty matchups up and down the rosters on both sides of the court. Which matchup are you looking forward to in particular this evening?
Yeah, well, McGusty, that'll be an interesting matchup. You kind of feel that maybe he's 6'6", a guard, so you kind of feel maybe Sherfield might match up on him. You know, a defensive stopper for the Bristol Flyers, that'll be a matchup. But yeah, I think this is going to be a quick ball game. We've seen a lot of high tempo games so far. And these guys coming in, they play very similar way, high tempo, up and down the floor. I think we're in for a thrilling game.
A quick look at the domestic records for both of these teams. Legia Warsaw 3-1 in the Polish top flight so far this season, currently 4th in the league, having won their last 3 in the domestic season. They lost their season opener at home before defeating last season's ENBL participants Start Lublin and Zastał Zielona Góra. And then just 4 days ago, they were able to defeat fellow ENBL participants Legia Warszawa 73 points to 66 at home before a game-high 23 points from Kieran McGusty. Let's look at your referees this evening. Kate Unsworth alongside Simon Unsworth and Bartholomew Kucharski are your 3 referees for tonight's game. Well, as the teams both getting set to take the court tonight, let's take you to tonight's starting lineups, starting with the Bristol Flyers. And it's unchanged 5 for Coach Kapoulis. Gareth, this is the usual 5 that he's stuck with this season.
Yeah, Coach Kapoulis is, they said a bit of consistency there in that starting 5. You know exactly, we get plenty of talent there, plenty of scoring options and pace and tempo as well.
And as we look at the starting 5 for Legia Warszawa, it is that deadly backcourt combo of Jawan Evans and Cameron McGusty in the backcourt. Matej Vucic, Oja Silins and 20-year-old Maximilian Vilcek getting the nod into the starting 5 for Legia Warsaw. And you see there, Gareth, the Polish fans travelling in their numbers, making noise at the SGS College Arena.
Yeah, definitely, it's great to see. You don't kind of hear, sort of when, British fans don't particularly go that all out, but it's great to get a flavour of the Polish contingent here. Of course, many Poles in Bristol as well, so I'm sure a lot of home fans or Polish people living in Bristol come to watch their team tonight.
Yeah, certainly a chance for the communities to come out in force in these European games. Certainly the club, they're tapping into new audiences by hosting these European games here at the SGS College Arena. Well, we're all getting set for tip-off. Of course, this is the very first meeting between these two teams, and fist bumps all around for both sets of players. And Bristol Flyers, of course, in search of their first ENBL win of the season. And the Legia Warsaw team are looking to build on their strong start to their European campaign so far. Well, it's going to be Vukic and Damon Robinson who will go up for the opening jump ball here. And we are officially underway in the 3rd game for Bristol Flyers in their 24-25 European campaign. Evans. Silins now. Vilcek looking inside. It's going to be a turnover. Bristol Flyers, strong defensive possession to open the game, Gareth.
Yeah, it's what an atmosphere in here, by the way. It's can't hear yourself thinking there. It's going to be a great game here, great atmosphere. But yeah, good solid start for Bristol Flyers.
Here's Petey Johnson, finds Kendall Lewis. Sherfield, Tennyson's coming off a pair of screens. Shot clock's down to 5 though. Johnson has to go to work. Petey Johnson, nice pass. And Damon Robinson with the game's first field goal.
That's a lovely dish from Keedy. Normally you see him attacking the basket. Saw the defending help come across, able just to dump it off. And Bristol get their first points on the board.
Evans pulling the strings. Silins will fire up for 3 and splashes it. There we are, Silins with the first triple of the game. Petey Johnson coming off the screen from Kendall Lewis. Sherfield on the right wing. It's going to be a foul called inside in that battle of the big men in the middle, and it results in a Legia Warszawa foul. It's going to be Keely Johnson to get us back underway from the baseline. Tennyson's coming off a screen. Top to Robinson. Shot clock at 10. Sherfield thought about the three. Tennyson on the wing, guarded by Vilcek. He will shoot the three, and he drains the three. And Gareth Trey Tennyson is not a guy shy of shooting that three-point jump shot.
And why should he be, Joel? He shoots the ball so well. It's just a pure shot, isn't it? Just nothing but net. And a back-to-back threes on the game so far. Both teams getting to a good start offensively.
Well, it's a reach-in foul called in the end, as Evans had an open lane but kicked it out to the baseline. And Vilcek will draw the foul. Here's Evans. Screen comes from Vucic. Selines puts it on the floor, can't get it to go, and a rebound gobbled up by Damon Robinson. Damon Robinson playing a bit of point guard and loses control of it in the end. Vilcek with the steal. Evans swings to McGusty. Kick out to straight into the hands of Sherfield. And now Keely Johnson can come the other way. Robinson. Lewis has a mismatch on the wing. There's going to be a foul called on Vilcek. And Maximilian Vilcek into the starting five, Gareth, just 20 years of age. And of course, they had their derby game on the weekend, and coach going deeper into that rotation to start players out here. Yeah,
just something interesting, Joel. I was looking down the stats of the ENBL games, and these guys, they share the minutes. They've got 10 players averaging 20 minutes a game, so they like to get rotation, solid minutes for all their players. So you won't see, I'm sure you'll see something very similar tonight as well, sharing those minutes for them to get the most out of all the players.
Well, both teams, of course, very busy schedules, combining both their domestic seasons and the European North Basketball League. Evans. Here is Matej Vucic. Looking for Vilcek, and it's stripped by Tennyson. Good defense from the Flyers. Tennyson coming off the screen. Pulls up for three. Is short, but Sherfield ticks it out to the hands of Damon Robinson. Oh, nice pass. And Trey Tennyson with the baseline two. Flyers on top, 9 points to 3.
Yeah, appreciation there to Keely Johnson, finding him wide open for that mid-range jumper.
Selines. Ball inside. Oh, nice pass and jammed in. And Matej Vucic with the flush.
Yeah, that's a great play there from Legia Warszawa. Just that behind the back pass, wasn't it? Just sort of knocked it back, charging in with the finish.
Here's Robinson. Knocked out of Lewis's hands. Ends up with him in the end. Sherfield. Tennyson curls off the screen. Kicks out to Lewis. He's open for three, and why not? Oh, it's jammed in by Jared Sherfield on the follow. And look out below, because Sherfield, from out of nowhere, with a two-handed flush.
He was so high up there. Quick action, slams it home.
And that certainly got the fans into this one. Vucic. Oh, it's stolen away again by the Flyers. And they're pushing out in transition. Kendall Lewis off the glass and in. And Bristol Flyers are running away with this one early on. The lead is out to 8.
Yeah, Legia Warszawa with a couple of turnovers. Bristol Flyers making the most of that transition. Let's get some easy points off the turnovers.
Here's Evans. Guarded by Keely Johnson. Now McGusty. Scott Sherfield on him. Shot clock at 5. McGusty, turnaround jumper is too much. Hits the back iron. As we approach the midway point now of this first quarter. Johnson going all the way to the basket. And he will get fouled with a trip to the free throw line.
Keely Johnson attacking the basket. Come to see over the last couple of seasons. Really quick. Legia Warszawa unable to match his speed with a push in the back.
Well, here's a look at some of those key plays. Timeout's been called on the floor by the visiting Legia Warszawa. And Gareth Bristol have really outrun Legia in the first 5 minutes or so, haven't they?
Yeah, there's Bristol showing a bit more energy really on both ends of the floor, getting in transition, some great plays, the dunk there from Sherfield, but yeah, a lot of energy there, and Legia Warsaw coach calling a timeout, trying to get his team into the game. It's been a good start from the Bristol Flyers.
Well, Trey Tennyson is 3 for 4 from the field for 7 first quarter points so far in this game. Meanwhile, Legia just the 3 points from Oyar Selins. And Gareth, you see the Polish fans there, they continue to sing here at the SGS College Arena. It really is great to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's good. And I've got a feeling it's not going to stop for the game. I think that this is it. These guys enjoying their basketball, making a lot of noise, supporting their team. You don't see it too often.
And their team currently trails by 8 early on in the first quarter, as both teams get set to retake the floor. I was going to send Keely Johnson even to the line, and just before the timeout there was a foul called, so he'll get 2 shots at the charity stripe. Of course, Gareth Keely Johnson back for his second year with the Flyers. He's averaging 13 points, 6 assists and 3 rebounds for Bristol Flyers in the ENBL this season. Of course, he was such a key part of that squad for them last year. Great to see Coach Kapoulis retain his services once again.
Yeah, it's always that sort of continuity, and you've seen over the years Coach Kapoulis likes to try and retain 1 or 2 sort of import players as well, and Keely Johnson getting that opportunity for a second year, and he's just growing as well, being a leader, much more of a leader and a scorer on this team.
Well, Andre Plutas checked into the game at the point guard position. Here he is, being guarded by Johnson. Great drive to the basket. Nice finish from Oyar Selins.
Yeah, tough finish from Selins there. Probably a bit of a nudge in the back as he went to the basket. Able to keep composed, put it away.
And he gets his first quarter tally up to 5 for the visitors. Here's Sherfield on the wing. He's wide open. He's got a mismatch now with the big on him. Looking to go one-on-one. Deep 3 ball on the way. Hits the back iron. Yvonne Robinson does well to keep it alive, but only into the hands of Pluta. Last touch by Kendall Lewis. And Mikhail Kalenda also into the game for the first time for Legia Warsaw. Owen McCormack checks in. Damon Robinson takes a seat for Coach Kapoulis' side. Vucic. Here's Mikhail Kalenda. Guarded by McCormack. Oh, great defense by the Flyers, and it's going to be tied up for a jump ball, is it? The referees are going to talk about it. It is going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, just see the coach there, Legia Warsaw, thought it was a kick ball. Jump ball was called.
And the possession arrow points towards the Bristol Flyers, so they will get the ball back here. Now, Sean Jones checks into the game for the first time for Legia Warsaw. And of course, he is one of a number of players with NBA experience on this team. Lewis, hands off with Tennyson. Johnson now. Screen comes from McCormack on the wing. Nice pass inside to Tennyson. It's fading away. Can't get it to go, but there's Jared Sherfield on the follow. And after that putback jam on the couple of possessions ago, he gets another offensive rebound for the Flyers.
Yeah, and Legia coach not happy with it. He said, Joel, that's 2 offensive boards now. Jared Sherfield ghosting in, all too easy.
Pluta responds with a mid-range 2 at the other end. And they needed that one because the lead is now back to within single digits. Sherfield looking to go left, able to draw the contact, and that'll send him back to the free throw line. The foul will be called on Mikhail Kalenda.
And that's Legia Warsaw's 4th foul of the quarter. Raf Thomas Edwards going to check into the game for the Flyers.
And Bristol Flyers, they do that so well this season. We've seen a number of different players in the roster that have that ability to just go downhill and draw contact, and you see it in the free throw numbers this season as well.
Yeah, and it's not easy to defend against. We've got so many players that are so talented, quick and athletic. They can get to the basket. Got handles as well. Saw Sheffield with that hesitation, creating that bit of room to attack the bucket, and gets the foul.
Well, Jared Sheffield at the line, of course, joined the Flyers from Europe this summer. BKM Lunek in Slovakia. He had 11 points in that defeat to Bamberg the other week. Can't convert on the second, though. And Keedy Johnson will recycle for a new 14. Lewis. McCormack. Corner 3-ball. Splashes it. And Owen McCormack is all fired up after that one. Flyers leading 20 points to 9.
Yeah, good to see McCormack. Had a couple of difficult back-to-back games. Good to see him get that, knock down that three, because he certainly can shoot the ball. There's a stretch for finding that spot in the corner.
Sheffield going downhill, and that's going to send him to the free throw line, because, as you mentioned a couple of possessions ago, Gareth, Legia Warszawa are in the penalty now for the last 2 minutes and 40-odd seconds of the first quarter. And Marcin Welunski checks into the game for the visitors. And Jared Sheffield knocks down the first. And gets his tally up to 5 first quarter points. Just over 2.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. And Legia Warszawa find themselves in a hole. Pluter into a double team. Jones fires up top of the key. He can't get it to go. Rebound Johnson. Keedy Johnson going one-on-one with Pluter. McCormack swings to Thomas Edwards. Raf Thomas Edwards going downhill and ends up turning it over.
Legia Warszawa very aggressive on the defensive end, aren't they? Well, they've picked up 5 fouls, but they make it incredibly difficult. Raf Thomas Edwards there just driven that one out of bounds. 2 minutes 10 in this first quarter.
Here's Pluter. It's going to be an offensive foul call. It was Brzezinski, I believe, who was moving on the screen. So the possession will go back to Bristol Flyers. Evan Walsh checks into the game for the first time tonight. Of course, he's coming in off a big game last week against Leicester in the Super League trophy. 2 minutes to go in the first. Johnson. Walsh coming off the screen. McCormack sets the screen. Johnson. Good defense by Legia Warszawa. Oh, it's stolen back by Keedy Johnson. And Keedy off the glass and in. Extends the Bristol Flyers lead.
I think we've got an injury here.
It's Mikael Kalenda, just off your screen, is limping here. As the referees blow to stop play. If you can see it, yeah, you just see it on the right of that screen on the replay. Just after that steal. He will head to the bench. And Cameron McGusty comes back into the game. Pluter for 3 is short. Rebound by Owen McCormack.
Coach is furious with that one there. You want to see a bit more movement.
Johnson going downhill, pulls up for a mid-range 2, can't get it to go. The rebound is secured by Jones. Here's McGusty. Up against Walsh. Cameron McGusty now turning off the screen. Nowhere to go. Pluter, shot clock down to 7. Pluter up against Johnson. It's a tough fadeaway 3. Off the glass and in. And coach was not happy with the shot selection, but it went in anyway, Gareth.
He was happy with the result, that's for sure. It's one of those things. But yeah, a bit more patience there for Legia Warsaw on that offense and getting the right result at the end of it.
And McCormack catch and shoot. Another triple for Gert Nowitzki, as they call him in Bristol. He is 2 for 2 from downtown. Here's McGusty. Twisting in the lane. Ball out for a 3-ball.
Well, it's called 2, I think. Put on the line, I believe. Yeah.
Wilimski with the 2. And if the shot clock turned off, Bristol Flyers will hold for this last possession of the first quarter. 5 seconds to play. Johnson, step back for 3. Can't get it to go. Raf Thomas Edwards puts it in on the buzzer. Oh, the basket will be waved off.
Are we going to see a replay here, perhaps? Coach Boulis pretty sure that beat the buzzer.
Well, the officials have a chance to look at it here, and I'm pretty sure they will. Of course, you see the new LED lights around the basket at SGS now, so they'll be able to look at it quite easily in the end. And the referees will deliberate over it. It will be a no basket. Coach Kapoulis is looking to challenge that, and the officials will take a look to see whether the ball left Raf Thomas Edwards' hands in time. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see what the officials are looking at on our monitors. Well, here we go. Johnson, there's 2.5 seconds to go when it leaves Johnson's hands. As it ticks through, you'll be able to see the green, the red lights. Oh, that is so close, isn't it, Gareth? They're going to wind it back, and this is where the LED lighting comes into effect. If they can push it forward frame by frame here to see whether the ball left Raf Thomas Edwards' hands before the lighting went off.
Looks like it did, didn't it? Just very tight call that. Was there on that angle there?
And that angle, it looks even tougher as well. The basket will not count, is the final decision after looking at the video review. And Gareth, it's just the first game where Flyers have the LED in place at the SGS College Arena. Turns out it's actually needed in the end for that video review.
It came very handy, that, and we just see there Coach Burns just asking for a bit of clarification there. But yeah, the new shot clock and the LEDs around the basket.
Yeah, well, of course the shot clocks went up last week, and now this week they got the LEDs, and both coming into effect early on. Here's a look at some of those first quarter highlights, and Gareth, Bristol Flyers have really raced out the blocks. 27-point first quarter. Yeah,
came out incredibly well on the defensive end. A lot of pressure, looking to push the ball, but making some shots as well. McCormack coming off the bench, knocking back-to-back, a couple of threes in, which is great to see him offer that offensive presence as well that we've seen early on in the season. We haven't seen the last couple of games, so that's good signs. Keedy Johnson doing what he does, getting to the basket this time, just dumping it off there to Robinson for the 2. A good start from the Flyers, but plenty of time left in this game. Just the end of the first quarter. 27 points, plays 14.
And A.R. Salines leads the way for Legia Warsaw with 5 first quarter points. But it is 7 from Trey Tennyson and 6 from Jared Sherfield, alongside 6 from Owen McCormack. That has done the damage so far. Here's Andre Pluta. McGusty. Pluta coming off the screen, looking to go downhill. Skip pass, extra pass now to the 3-point line. The dunk is blown. That would have been a highlight play if that one had gone in. But it will send Grudzinski to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, just with that lead. There's a really good ball movement from Legia Warsaw, moving it really quickly, taking off for 2 feet. Good foul, really. Grudzinski to make him from the line, but that certainly would have been a highlight play there. He was up high.
Well, Dominik Grudzinski had 24 points and 10 rebounds in the 102-72 win against Feilingen in their ENBL opener. He joined Legia Warsaw in the summer, spent the previous 4 seasons at Sponia Stargard as he knocks down the second free throw. Flyers leading this one by 11. Samuels, screen comes from Lewis. into a double team. Evan Walsh going downhill, all the way to the hole, gets the soft finger roll to go off the glass.
How many times have you seen that already? From Evan Walsh, just loves attacking the basket. That turn of pace, change of direction, just weaves his way to the hoop.
Pluto. Screen comes from Jones. Pluto with the floater. Ball rolls around the rim. Jones on the offensive rebound. He can't get it to go. Gets it to go on the third chance opportunity. Samuels. Now finds Evan Walsh. Another screen comes from Owen McCormack. Ball into Samuels inside. It's scooped away by McGusty. And Legia Warszawa off to the races. Got a man down though. Jones still doing his laces in the backcourt. There he is on the side of your screen, setting the ball screen. McGusty. There's going to be a foul called in the end against number 77, Evan Walsh. Jerry Sherfield and Damon Robinson both getting set to check in. Evans checks in for Legia Warszawa.
That's Evan Walsh's first foul.
McGusty to inbound. Minute and a half gone in the second period. Evans to the bucket, can't get the layup to go. Flyers can push in transition. It's Walsh. There's the foul called, and it's one of those quite smart fouls in the end. I mean, Flyers had numbers in transition. You see that quite a lot in the European game. Those professional fouls, as they like to call them.
Yeah, exactly. Just slow the pace down. He said the Flyers have the numbers.
McCormack hands off to Walsh. Here's Samuels now. Robinson sets the screen for Walsh. He thought about the three. Turns the corner, takes the bump. Robinson looking for it inside, ends up with Sherfield at the elbow. He can't get it to go. Robinson on the follow, he can't finish either. And here comes Jones the other way for Legia Warszawa. Sherfield gambles on the pass. Top to Evans. Valinsky. Oh, it's stolen by Damon Robinson. The Flyers have been great on the defensive end this evening. McCormack spins, kicks it out in the corner. Samuels for three. Ball rolls around the rim, can't get the drop. Valinsky the other way. Both teams gone cold in the last couple of possessions. McGusty turning the corner, nowhere to go. Ball inside. The hook shot rattled around and got the drop for Brzezinski.
Yeah, McGusty with great vision there, just dropping over the top of the defender.
Well, Legia Warszawa back to within single figures on that made hook shot. Samuels, they're going to go downhill. Kicks out to Evan Walsh on the corner, and he just put his foot on the sideline. So it'll be another turnover for the Flyers as Keely Johnson and Kendall Lewis return to the game.
Yeah, this is certainly a really physical game, John. I think both teams making substitutions pretty frequently. Yeah, very physical. The referee's letting it go though, both sides. On the defensive end, really going hard at it. So Legia really hedging hard on those screens as well. You see Flyers trying to pick and roll. You know, the big man coming up, really pushing the guard further out and then recovering well. We'll see that. Really aggressive on the defensive end.
Well, Trey Tennyson also returns to the game for the Bristol Flyers. 7 first quarter points from him. Evans, Vucic, back to Evans, pulls up for a deep two, gets the drop. And Legia Warszawa just chipping away at this Bristol Flyers lead.
Yeah, having the best of it offensively in this quarter.
Well, ball comes off the foot of Evans.
Yeah, Bristol Flyers just with 2 points in this second quarter.
And you see that mid-range two from Evans. Johnson to inbound from the sideline. Johnson shrugs off his defender. T.D. Johnson out to Sherfield. Sherfield will fire up from downtown, gets it to go. Some much needed points for the Bristol Flyers. They knocked down their first 3 of the second period.
Yeah, just to end that little drought. That's their 5th point of the quarter.
Pluta to the basket. Nice dump off to Mate Vucic with the two-hander.
I like Pluta as a point guard, really looking to get his teammates involved. He's driving to the basket, that little dump off pass, and again another dunk to finish the play.
Sherfield swings to Trey Tennyson. Damon Robinson fighting for it inside. Shot clock down to 3. Robinson has to go to work. Fade away jumper from the baseline. That is a tough shot.
And he rattled that one home.
Evans. Now Vucic at the top of the three-point line. Pluta now. Slips on the deck, and it's going to be a foul called against the Flyers. Number 0 is the call from the official, which is Trey Tennyson.
Tennyson's first foul of the game, 3rd one, 13 fouls for the Flyers this quarter.
Well, Mikhail Kalenda to inbound. Here's Pluta. Kalenda. Vucic even. Fakes it once, twice, nowhere to go. Great pass into Kalenda, and he is able to draw the contact. So he'll earn himself a trip to the free throw line, and Coach Kapoulas looks to the table to call a timeout. And although it is still a 10-point lead for Bristol Flyers, you feel that they've just slowed down a little bit on the offensive end, Gareth.
Yeah, well, that's all credit to Legia Warszawa. I mean, they play a very aggressive type defense, and it's not easy to break that down. And so the referees are letting that play out. There's a lot of physicality on both ends of the floor, but obviously that will take its toll, just slowing the Bristol Flyers down a little bit. So maybe just a little change of tactics, perhaps, have a little rethink, a little regroup going into this last 5 minutes in the first half.
Well, of course, this is the 3rd game of the campaign for Bristol Flyers in the European North Basketball League. If you're not familiar with the competition format, the 18 teams were drawn into 2 19 groups, and each team plays against each other in their group in 8 midweek games during the regular season. The top 4 from each group will advance to the ENBL playoffs, and then the final 4 will be held at a central location in April next year. And Gareth, of course, with Flyers 0-2 so far in the campaign, you feel like if they drop another one here tonight, it'll be a long road back with only 4 out of the 9 teams qualifying.
Yeah, you feel it must be, especially on your home court as well, that they really do need to get this victory tonight to stand a chance of making it through to the next round. It's going to be incredibly difficult. A lot of talented teams in this group, but yeah, defending the home court is going to be important.
Well, of course, Flyers 0-2 coming into this one. 2 defeats were against Bakken Bears and Bamberg Baskets. And Mikhail Kalenda will earn himself a trip to the free throw line. He's averaging 10 points in the European North Basketball League this season. He had 16 points in the 3-point win over Dynamo Bucharest. He's able to knock down the second as we just surpassed the midway point of the second quarter. Tennyson. Screen comes from Kendall Lewis. Lewis, top of the 3-point line. Robinson's calling for it inside, ends up with him. It's going to be a foul called on the floor, says the referee. And that'll be the second team foul on Legia Warszawa.
Just see contact here. It's just doing everything he can to try and push Damon Robinson out of the way. It's a good physical battle, just that last little push at the end. Gets called as a foul.
Ball into Robinson. Tennyson now. Screen comes from Damon Robinson, rolling to the basket. He'll pull up from mid-range and knocks it down. And Damon Robinson, Gareth, is one of those bigs that has that ability to really stretch the floor. We've seen that throughout the Super League season, shooting those mid-range twos and sometimes even threes.
Yeah, he's got a really nice touch for a big guy. He's about stretch five, really, and I think he enjoys making those shots. He can certainly confident taking them. He's got a nice touch for a centre.
Mikhail Kalenda splashes it from downtown. And they're slowly chipping away at this lead with 4 minutes to go in the half. Sherfield steps out of bounds, and it will go back to Legia Warsaw. Pluta finds Evans. Pluta calling for it, but it's back into the hands of Evans. Evans goes right to the basket. Pluta with the extra pass. Kalenda for three. He's made one already. Can't get the second one to go, though. And his last touch by the visitors. He'll go out of play for a Bristol Flyers ball.
Just see Legia Warsaw getting really good offense, moving that ball around, looking for those opportunities, looking for that three ball attempt, and if not, drive to the basket, looking to kick. So looking more controlled than they did in the first quarter on the offensive end.
Keedy Johnson, Sherfield coming up off the screen, looking to go back door. Robinson ends up turning it over. Here's Evans now, up against Johnson. Selins finds Pluta. Screen comes from Vucic. Andre Pluta thought about the three. Evans inside to Vucic, turning in the paint. Great ball movement from Legia Warsaw, and it results in a Selins hook shot.
That was class. What a great ball movement there. Legia Warsaw just giving up the extra man time and time again. Ended up with a layup. Really nice to watch.
Well, they've half the Bristol Flyers lead. It's down to 5. Johnson, Tennyson, now Damon Robinson, fadeaway jumper, can't get it to go, and there goes the shot clock violation.
Legia Warsaw defense once more, proving too much for the Flyers offense. And getting that ball back again. And Bristol Flyers with 9 points in this quarter.
There's a bit of full court pressure now for the Bristol Flyers. Evans. Jones. Pluta back top to Evans. Vucic with the screen. Evans fires up from three. Gets it to go. And Coach Kapoulis looks to the table to use a timeout, because what was once a double-digit lead is down to 2.
Yeah, and that all comes from their defense. Getting those stops, Bristol Flyers don't really have an answer. Really aggressive defensive, sets, really overplaying the man, denying the passes, and Bristol Flyers really struggling to get anything going. And on the other end, a lot more composure, control from Legia Warsaw, and really running the show in the last sort of 4 or 5 minutes.
Oyar Selins is now up to 7 points to lead the way for the visitors, and Andre Pluta off the bench, 5 points to go along with 2 assists. And some of the ball movement we've seen in the last couple of possessions has been incredible, hasn't it?
Yeah, I just love watching great team basketball, just making those extra passes, that little dump off there, and the guy trailing through. Just really good to see that understanding of where your teammates are and where you want to get the ball to them. Really nice basketball.
All right, if you just joined us, Bristol Flyers, they led by as many as 15 points in the first quarter. Legia Warsaw have rallied back to make it a 2-point game. You see the Polish community have come out in force tonight. At the top at the far left of your screen there, at the SGS College Arena. Just over 2 minutes to go in the half.
Just looking at some quick stats here as well, Joel. 3-point shooting, so we like looking at a 3-point percentage shooting there. Legia 4 from 7, 57% from beyond the arc, and Flyers 4 from 9 at 44. So both teams shooting the ball really well from beyond the arc.
Well, here comes Keedy Johnson. Guarded by Evans. Screen comes from McCormack. Sherfield turning on the screen. Here's McCormack. Open for threes. Made two. He checked that time. Evans. Vucic. Now to Pluta. Shot clock down to 6 though. Vucic inside. He's got a mismatch with Trey Tennyson on him. Jones from the inside. Can't get it to go. And the rebound is secured by Damon Robinson. Johnson. Screen from Robinson. Johnson puts it on the floor. Back top to Damon Robinson. He'll fire up for 3 and he drains the 3. We just spoke about his ability to knock down those threes from deep, and that was a deep one. Jones. Pluta. Screen comes from Vucic. Pluta going left. In for the backdoor play. Pluta's wide open for 3 and he knocks it down in response.
Yeah, Pluta, a lot of time there to pick his spot. Drills it. And makes it a 2-point game. Just 41 seconds of this first half.
And Trey Tennyson ends up throwing out of bounds. Sherfield was looking to go back door. Another turnover for the Bristol Flyers, their 9th of the first half. Pluta. Here's Evans. Jones at the top of the three-point line, hands off to Evans. Jones's mid-range 2 no good. McCormack with the board. And shot clock is turned off here, so Flyers will get the last possession of the first half. Five seconds to go in the first half. Johnson, it's going to be a foul called, and they had fouls to give, Legia Warszawa.
Yeah, just see the coach there. I think he was looking for his player to make that contact as well. He sort of could see him sort of calling to his player to make that foul.
It's one of the ones, isn't it, where you want to disrupt the play, you've got fouls to give, you might as well use them. If they have to inbound the ball from the sideline, you get a chance of picking off a steal.
That's right, you're sort of a little bit less in control now, being out of bounds, trying to get the ball in.
So it's going to be Sherfield to inbound. They still have fouls to give. It's going to be a holding foul against Velunski. And that'll be... yeah, foul called on Velunski for holding, so Sherfield's going to inbound here from the sideline. Ball into Tennyson, 2 seconds to go. Tennyson puts it up, able to draw the contact, and as a coach, that is the last thing you want, your players to play good defense up until the last minute, and then fouling with shaves to go off the game clock.
Yeah, well, he bit on the Tennyson fake. Tennyson knew exactly what he was doing as well, got his defender up in the air, and able to draw that contact, and there's no question about that. It's a big foul.
Now Trey Tennyson knocks down the first. Second one no good, but he puts it up on the buzzer. He can't get it to go, and everyone almost fell asleep there on that last possession, Gareth.
Well, it is. Everyone just, he said fell asleep. Tennyson, I don't think you believe, has let the ball just landed in his lap and able to get it to go. It could have been a big bonus time there for the Bristol Flyers going into the half, but 40 points leads 37.
And what a frantic half it was. I mean, Flyers raced out to a 15-point lead. The visitors, Legia Warszawa, have rallied back. They cut it down to 2. But at the end of the first half, it is a 3-point lead for Coach Kapoulis and his Bristol Flyers. They lead 40 points to 37. Don't go away, because after the break, Gareth and I are going to break down all the action from the first half.
Today, we celebrate a milestone moment for Bristol Flyers as we all look back on an incredible 20 seasons. we are thrilled to announce a new chapter in the journey, both for the Flyers and for us at WOB competitions.
From the very beginning, I had the privilege of guiding the team through every division, the top flight, and now European competition. We faced challenges, celebrated victories, and built a legacy that we're incredibly proud of. As we step into the new era of Super League basketball, we're very excited for the future. The next 20 years promise even greater moments, and we're ready for the challenge.
I'm delighted to announce WOB Competitions as the new principal partner to the Bristol Flyers. This partnership aligns with our commitment to celebrate both excellence and ambition. Our competitions give you the chance to win exclusive experiences at some of the UK's most iconic venues.
We're proud to share our ambitions with a company that mirrors our growth and aspirations.
Together, with Bristol Flyers, we look forward to an exciting future, filled with unforgettable moments and continued success.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people, in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel, and Direct ATPI. We will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
A new dawn rises, where champions emerge and redefine the game, where limits are tested and greatness is unleashed. This is when legends are born. Super League basketball. A new dawn is here.
Thatcher's Farm. Slightly obsessed perfectionists making cider with nothing but love. As you do. I mean, why grow 8 varieties of apple when you can grow 458? The apple spa. Because happy apples make better cider, obviously. Here comes the man himself, Martin Thatcher. Friday, 12:30, tasting time. He needs to hit the spot or not a drop will leave the farm. Yes! And that's why Thatcher's cider tastes the way it does. Perfect.
ENBL, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBL, ice in the veins, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBL.
Welcome back to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI. At the halfway point between Bristol Flyers and Legia Warszawa, it is the Flyers that lead 40 points to 37. And Gareth, that was a frantic first half. I mean, if it was a round of boxing, Flyers took the first round, Legia Warszawa certainly took the second.
Yeah, they were matching each other blow for blow there, first versus the second quarter. Yeah, not an awful lot in it. Legia Warszawa definitely stepping up defensively in that second quarter. Conceded 27 in the first, only 13 in the second, and that's led to a lot of transition and points offensively.
Well, let's take a look at some of the key plays from the first half. And Bristol Flyers, they outscored Legia Warszawa 27 points to 14 in that first quarter. And Gareth, the threes are flying in all over the place.
Yeah, it was very smooth on offense. Everything kind of working out for the Flyers, like pushing the pace, knocking down shots, getting offensive rebounds. Everything sort of clicking. But, you know, obviously coach there, Legia Warszawa, had to address that defensively, and they really stepped up. But, yeah, the first quarter, everything going right for the Bristol Flyers.
And then Legia Warszawa outscored the Flyers 23 to 13 in the second quarter. And some of the ball movement we were seeing in that second period in particular was some of the best ball movement I think I've seen at the Wise campus this season.
Yeah, if not period as well. Just, yeah, really nice. And it's great. I love, you know, team basketball, passing the ball around, players cutting off the ball, getting themselves in positions to make easy shots. And Legia Warszawa putting on a bit of an exhibition for that in that second quarter.
Damon Robinson leads the way for Bristol Flyers with 9 points to go along with 4 rebounds. Trey Tennyson not too far behind on 8. Jared Sherfield also has 9 for the Bristol Flyers. And as you look down the stat sheet, we spoke about this time and time again for the Bristol Flyers team this season, but just multiple threats that can get hot at any given moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of weapons on the Bristol Flyers team. And yeah, as you said, we've seen it in previous games where certain players are leading the scoring, but you can never sort of keep your eye off one player to the next. There's plenty of options available for Coach Kapoulis' team, but I think something that Legia Warszawa have done really well is sharing that ball. We mentioned it, how they play offensively. You just feel, you know, I know Coach Kapoulis loves when his team share the ball as well, and that could be something they can keep on improving on, moving that ball around, getting better shots.
And Juwan Evans, of course, started in that point guard position for Legia Warszawa. We've seen the introduction of Andre Pluter, and he's been a key contributor in terms of that ball movement, really running the show for them in that second period.
Yeah, and also chipping in with some points as well. Sort of 8 points personal for him, but yeah, getting those assists. So 3. So I know 2 assists for him. So yeah, getting his team involved. Always a threat from outside and pulling those strings.
Well, here's a look at the team stats from the first half, and Bristol doing what Bristol does, winning the rebound battle. But you look at those assist numbers there, and Legia certainly with the better ball movement in the first half.
Yeah, and you know that stat doesn't lie. You can just feel that they are sharing that ball a little bit better. Certainly in that second quarter, really moving around, looking for that understanding, trying to get those better shots. And you know, but 8 assists still good for the Bristol Flyers, but happy leading that rebound battle, and both teams shooting ball well behind the arc. You know, 5 of 11 and 5 of 8.
What do you think some of the key messages from Coach Kapoulis will be to the team going into the second half? They once had a 15-point lead. It's now down to just 3.
Yeah, I think they just need to probably... The physicality, I think, of the Legia Warszawa defense in that second quarter was quite telling. They're really overplaying the pick and roll. Just how they're going to adjust to that. You know, again, trying to attack. You know, the referees have sort of let a lot of that physical stuff go as well, and how they're going to kind of create opportunities and what to expect from that, because they will press up, they're going to be aggressive and be very physical, and it's how they cope with that, because you kind of felt they were getting worn down a little bit in that second quarter with that physicality.
And talk about what we spoke about, what Coach K would have talked about at the halfway point. What do you reckon the conversation will be like in the Legia Warszawa locker room right now? Because, of course, they had that heavy deficit in the first period, but they'll certainly take confidence from that second period.
Yeah, and that's all come from their defensive effort. You just almost could see the intensity stepping up, and that was giving Bristol a number of problems. So it'll be much of the same for that on the defensive end. Maybe a little bit slow to get out of the blocks in that first quarter. Might, you know, not seen the best of Legia Warszawa, but certainly in that second quarter, you just feel it all sort of clicking into place. Defense leading to offense, and that gave them that great second quarter, 23-13.
Well, there certainly was plenty to talk about from both head coaches in the locker rooms at half-time. It is Bristol Flyers 40, Legia Warszawa 37 at the halfway point. Of course, Bristol Flyers are chasing their first ENBL win of the season, whilst Legia Warszawa are looking to maintain their strong start to the campaign. We've got both sets of teams are back out there on the court, and we'll have second half action right after the break.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people, in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel and Direct ATPI, we will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
Where champions emerge and redefine the game, where limits are tested and greatness is unleashed. This is when legends are born. Super League Basketball. A new dawn is here.
ENBL, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBL, ice in the veins, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins.
Hello, welcome back to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI, where the Flyers lead 40 points to 37 over the visiting Legia Warszawa at the halfway point. Of course, busy schedule for Bristol Flyers coming up. They start their SLB regular season campaign on Sunday. They travel to Sheffield Sharks for a 4 p.m. tip-off. But they do return home a week today for more ENBL action when Inter Bratislava come to town. Tickets are still available for that game right now at bristolflyers.co.uk. Then, of course, they take on Cheshire Phoenix on Friday, November 8th. And again, tickets are still available for that one as well. Well, Gareth, this could be a crucial opening spell for the second half. You feel that whichever team can really get that momentum coming out of the locker room can really take control of this game.
Yeah, exactly. Be interesting to see if Legia Warsaw continue that, you know, the intensity on their defense, or whether the break might have just kind of knocked them down a little bit in a gear. So we'll just see how they come out. See, Bristol Flyers started the game incredibly well in that first quarter, where Legia Warsaw didn't quite adapt to the pace of it, but they certainly did in that second quarter. So interesting to see how both teams come out of the locker room. Certainly Legia Warsaw on the ascendancy.
Well, Bristol back to their starting 5 to begin the third period. And Trey Tennyson's getting set to inbound to get us back underway. Second half underway between Bristol Flyers and Legia Warsaw. Here's Kendall Lewis. Hands off with Sherfield. Lewis calling for it inside. Backing down. It's poked away by McGusty.
And McGusty read that really well. Double down, knocked the ball loose. And Legia Warsaw get that turnover, but give it straight back to Robinson.
Here comes Lewis the other way. Ball into Sherfield, puts it in off the glass.
Not too sure how Sheffield ended up with so much space. Warsaw defence completely switching off, and the simplest of layups there for Sheffield.
Oh, it's stolen again by Damon Robinson. And Flyers with a 3-on-2 opportunity as Kendall Lewis is fouled. Foul be called on McGusty.
Not a bad foul, 2-on-1. McGusty going to make the Flyers earn it from the charity stripe.
Well, Kendall Lewis, of course, had that incredible game against Bamberg in the Flyers' previous ENBL game. 16 points, 7 rebounds, and of course with those 6 steals as well, Gareth, and he kind of put on a bit of a dunk show at times in that game, didn't he?
Yeah, a lot of highlights coming out of that, but yeah, real standout, memorable game for Lewis as he makes his second free throw.
And pushes the lead back out to 7. Evans, screen from Selines. Selines coming off the screen, he pulls up for 3. Can't get the dribble to go. Sherfield with the rebound. Keedy Johnson swings to Sherfield, puts it on the floor, attacking in transition. It's poked away by Warsaw. Evans floats it up, floats it in, and the foul. Oh, the referee's waved it off. No basket, says the official.
Evans put on the Jets there. And coach, is he going to look at it?
Yeah, he's signalled for the. He's asking his players if he should signal for it.
I think, was he asking the referees? I don't know. He wants to challenge it, but I don't think the referee's looking over.
Is that turning the table? Well, I think the referees are going to get here and deliberate. I think the officials are telling him that he can't actually deliberate over that, whether it was a and one play on the court. Evans. Screen comes from Jones. Evans pulls it back out. Mikko Kalanda now. Back to Evans. And the screen comes from Jones. Kalanda inside. Nice pass and jammed in. Great ball movement from Legia Warszawa.
Fantastic ball movement. I wasn't sure who has made that pass, but just rifled that pass into the player inside the paint. Lovely pass.
Trey Tennyson is poked away by Evans. Evans to the basket with the soft finger roll. And just like that, Legia Warszawa back to within 3.
Yeah, it was Kalanda on that last assist. Great vision from him.
Johnson. And for Sherfield. Screen comes from Damon Robinson. Sherfield goes the other way, and again it's poked away by Evans. 2-on-1, Kalenda. Sherfield with the foul. It's a strong foul in the end. They were looking for an unsportsmanlike, but I think he was in his 2 steps there, Gareth, as both teams are squaring up to each other. Sherfield and McGusty are having words with one another.
Yeah, we might have to calm things down a little bit here.
Well, the ball was poked away by Evans, and then if you're in your 2 steps, it's not an unsportsmanlike foul. The officials are deliberating over what to call here. My interpretation of the rule, Gareth, is if you're in your 2 steps and it's a strong foul for the last player back, it's not considered a unsportsmanlike foul.
He's talking it through. Everything seems there's still a bit of chat on the court.
And Keedy Johnson and McGusty are still having words with one another. In this game, you feel the intensity is just slowly picking up a notch at the start of the 3rd quarter. We saw this in the Bamberg game, and it really resulted in a sudden shift of momentum after this little mini break we had
We've seen it a few times now in the Flyers game. There seems to be little incidents like this. So I think the referee's coming over to have a little look at.
Well, they want to look and see whether they're upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. We can see what the officials are looking at on the monitor. Here it is. So you're in your gather step, and then there's the foul.
And you can see a push on the back there.
And they may be looking at the afters on that as well. The left armour, Jared Sherfield in the back.
Yeah.
Especially in a small gym like this at the SGS College Arena, where you don't necessarily have too much room behind the basket. Could that be considered a dangerous play?
Bit of frustration there from Sherfield.
So they're watching it now in full speed. There it is in full speed once again. As Kate Unsworth talks to the video review. Just going to be a regular foul. Common foul is the call. And it's not going to be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. So it's going to be a technical foul on the bench for getting up onto the court, I believe, or for the reaction that they had after the play. So it will be a technical foul. There'll be a free throw from Keely Johnson, and then there'll be a pair of free throws at the other end for Legia Warszawa.
Yeah, the coach there just checking if there was a unsportsmanlike foul. Didn't seem particularly happy with it. And obviously getting a T as well at the same time.
The coach is just being told to control the bench there as Keely Johnson knocks down the technical free throw.
There's certainly plenty of drama in the home game so far.
They've been incredible, haven't they? They've been incredible.
I think there's been a moment like that in every single game we've done at home.
There has. Certainly full of drama in the European North Basketball League. Galenda makes no mistakes on the first. Second one is good. And just like that, the lead is down to 2. Kendall Lewis. Hands off with Trey Tennyson. Here is Johnson. Robinson looking to go backdoor. Trey Tennyson with a corner 3 is short. Calenda. Shalines fakes the 3. Calenda swings to McGusty. It's going to be an offensive foul on the screen. And it's one of those ones, isn't it, where you see that called quite a lot, where the screening player doesn't plant their feet when setting the screen. And it's an easy decision for the referees to make in the end.
Yeah, they sort of tightened down noticeably, didn't they, a couple of seasons ago, and maybe just not quite as tough as they used to be on it, but certainly, you know, the right call there.
Here's Tennyson. Sherfield. Robinson's calling for it inside. Big battle inside between the big men. Tennyson, shot clock at 3. Tennyson, Robinson has to shoot here. Puts it up, he's short, and that'll be a shot clock violation. And Jared Sherfield took one in the nether regions there.
So we've got Sherfield on the deck here, so...
And Jones is been approached by Damon Robinson. I think there was a few words afterwards as well. I think you can see it here on the replay. If you look for Jared Sherfield, took one, on the box out there, and then you see number 12 come over and have a few words for you there as well.
Yeah, no need for that, of course.
That's why Kendall Lewis with the push.
I mean, the box out seemed like a legitimate box out, but no need for the afters, I don't think.
Now this really has got tense in the third quarter, isn't it?
And Sherfield looks in a world of hurt right now.
You just hope he's all right. They're going to take a look at it, I believe, the officials. And they're going to show him. They're going to show them the wide angle, I believe. Well, here's a look at it again on the replay. And there's the box out, and then play the afters. Here's a look at the box out again.
Box out looks fine to me.
Yeah.
I think it was just unnecessary afterwards when Sherfield went down. Little knee in the back there as well.
He steps over Sherfield. It's totally uncalled for.
And I think he's probably going to be a little bit worried now.
Jared Sherfield is back to his feet at the Wise campus. He goes to the end of the bench and he'll go out the corridor as well to get assessed further in the locker room. So we'll keep an eye on that one. If he comes back out on the onto the bench, we'll let you know.
So the monitor getting plenty of action again this evening.
Getting plenty of action, isn't it? It's going to be a technical foul on Jones from the afters. And a technical, unsportsmanlike foul on Kendall Lewis. And would that have been for the push afterwards? May see it on the replay once more. Well, Gareth, it'll be interesting, we spoke about it earlier, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of effect this long break in play has had in the third quarter, because it's been around 10 minutes or so in real time where we haven't really seen too much. We played about 4 minutes of action, 3 minutes of action.
Yeah, we were sort of mentioning in the half-time how quickly the first half seems to have gone, but there's been a couple of incidents now in this third quarter. There's been some long periods of delay.
Well, Keith Johnson knocks down the foul shot. And then there'll be an unsportsmanlike for Jones, who shoots the shot. And they'll shoot the second as well and get possession afterwards. No good on the second. And it will be Legia Warszawa ball from the sideline. Now we're ready to get back underway.
Well, hopefully get a bit of time playing. Fluidity back to the game.
Here's Kalenda. Evans swings it. Selene's for three. Can't get it to go. Chases it down. Stolen by Johnson. And there's going to be a foul called on Evans. Coach Kapoulis was asking for an unsportsmanlike foul there. He felt that Keedy Johnson had he was off.
He felt
to the races.
Yeah, Evans knew exactly what he was doing there, but just a common foul. That's Evans' third.
Evan Walsh to get us back underway. Flyers on top by 2. They led by as many as 15. Here's Walsh. Hands off with Keedy Johnson. Johnson going downhill, kicks it out to McCormack in rhythm, knocks it down, and Owen McCormack, his third three of the night, and he's a real rhythm shooter, isn't he, Gareth?
Yeah, he's got his confidence back tonight. It's great to see McCormack's bit of a struggle offensively the last couple of games, just felt his confidence down a little bit. See that big smile on his face. That's his third three of the night. It's another, we talk about offensive weapons there. McCormack just stepping into that three, really enjoying it.
And that was Keely Johnson's 6th assist of the game. Pluta. McGusty. Screen comes from Vucic. Pluta's open in the corner. Raf Thomas Edwards with the rebound. Keely Johnson swings to Damon Robinson, open for three. Ball rattles around the rim. It's going to be a foul called with Thomas Edwards going for the rebound. It's going to be a foul called on Michael Kalenda.
You get to see Raf Thomas Edwards getting involved. Old school Bristol Flyers grabbing those offensive boards.
Well, Brzezinski's going to check in as Selines takes a seat. Well, Raf Thomas Edwards at the line, Gareth. Of course, he had his early injury spell at the start of the season, but he's just such an important figure for Bristol Flyers out there on the court. Not only his rebounding ability, but also as club captain too.
Yeah, that leadership element there. Disappointing, didn't quite get the second one to go. But you know he'll give everything he's got for this club.
Screen comes from Vucic. Pluta coming off it. McGusty. Here's McGusty. Another screen from Vucic. McGusty with a mismatch. It's stolen away by Evan Walsh. It's knocked around the back. It's great defense by McGusty to get it back.
Yeah, he just timed that lovely thing. McGusty picked that
And
screen.
Keely Johnson with the same move at the other end. Thomas Edwards dies on the loose ball. Into the hands of Keely Johnson. McCormack thought about the three. Once again, it's poked loose. Here's McGusty the other way. Reverse layup off the glass and in. And the lead is down to 2 once again.
And a tidy finish with McGusty, just switching things up onto the left, and Keely Johnson picking up an injury. And that's back-to-back steals from McGusty.
It looks like he's holding his shoulder, Keely Johnson, and he will receive treatment in the locker room, I believe, and he goes back into the tunnel.
So Corey Samuels comes back into the game.
It's guarded by Pluta. Walsh into a double team. Evan Walsh, top to Robinson. Now Corey Samuels, shot clock is to 6. Damon Robinson going to work, finds Evan Walsh open from the wing. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Pluta. 2-point lead for the Flyers. Legia Warszawa chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Here's McGusty from top of the key. He can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Vucic. Backing down Robinson. Fakes the hook. Can't get it to drop. Evan Walsh fighting for the loose ball. It's going to be a foul called on either Walsh or Thomas Edwards. And it's going to be called on Raf Thomas Edwards.
And that's his first of the game.
And it's be the Flyers' 5th team foul, so they will shoot a pair of free throws here.
Both teams are in the penalty.
Well, certainly not surprising considering how physical it has been in this third period.
So it'll be free throws next time round. Joel,
I beg your pardon, that was the 4th team foul. Pluta to inbound, finds McGusty. Vucic. Pluta guarded by Samuels. Ball kicked out to Pluta. Pluta's got Damon Robinson on him. It's a tough fadeaway jumper, and there's an offensive rebound. And just like that, we are tied at 48 points apiece.
Great hustle play to tip that one in on the ball that was falling loose. Good move from Walsh.
Evan Walsh, tough finish off the other end. Puts Flyers back on top by 2. This game has really clamped down in the third quarter. Vucic. McGusty, Vucic. It's going to be a travel. The basket will not count. Evan Walsh, as Vucic is putting his hands on him. There's pushing and shoving going on. Both players are stepping in to break it up here. And once again, Gareth, tempers are flaring in this third period.
And I think we might have another little look at this as a replay. McCormack getting involved, few words for Vucic.
Well, there's no love lost between these two teams. Vucic has called for the travel. He's not happy with the call. McCormack's clapping. And then you see a head-to-head contact between Vucic. Everyone comes to break it up, and then there's a push from Vucic as well. Well, there's a lot to watch on the video review, isn't there, Gareth?
There's going to be a lot to go. I think we're going to have a little delay here again. We'll see what the referees decide to do, whether they want to have a look at it again.
And then there's words being exchanged between Vucic as well. Well, they're going to break it down here. And we're going to see what they actually look at as well. But boy, has there been a lot of stop-start in this third quarter. So, Owen McCormack has head-to-head contact there. And Evan Walsh comes in and he's pushed out of the way. And I don't know if you can see anything else in there. Players are coming in to separate the two players, but they're going to run it back. So Owen McCormack with the clapping in Vucic's face, which
Vucic took a little exception to.
Yeah.
Got a bit physical after that, didn't it? And then, I don't know, Evan Walsh seemed to take the brunt of it. It didn't really seem like he was just trying to.
Evan Walsh coming over to break things up, and then there's words exchanged, and then Evan Walsh is pushed pretty hard there. Yeah, the shirt.
Evan Walsh trying to break things up. And of course, teammates coming in to help out.
Well, if you just joined us, there is 3:25 to go in the third quarter. Flyers led by as many as 15 points. It was a free-flowing first half. Flyers took the first quarter. Legia Warszawa took the second. And the third quarter, there's tempers have flared all over the place. There's been unsportsmanlike fouls. There's been comings together of players. The referees have come to the video review time and time again. And the altercation you're seeing on your screen now is the latest between these two teams.
I wonder what the record is for the length of time to play a quarter might actually be.
Well, we used to have media timeouts last season, Gareth, so that added an extra couple. But it certainly has been stop-start here. And it's right for them to go to the video review in this situation. You can't really see it from that angle, though, can you?
Yeah. I think the previous angle you could see what had happened.
So there's the travel on Vucic. He's asking for an unsportsmanlike. Owen McCormack is clapping. There's a head-to-head contact there. This is the wide angle of it. You can't really see much between Evan Walsh and Vucic there. A few players come over to stop things. And then there's no love lost between these two teams, is there, Gareth?
I don't think there is. It's been a passionate game, physical game, and obviously just tipping over a couple of occasions now.
We've still got a quarter and 13 and a half minutes to go in this game.
And it's a good job it's half term. I think it's going to be a late one tonight for the kids here.
At least we know with the video review what the officials are going to call. They're going to get it right here because they've got the chance to just go back and forth and keep watching it over and over again. So
that's it. Yeah, they can get it.
And that's exactly what it's for. I mean, we don't see this in the Super League at the moment, but having the ability to go back and watch things as well, certainly been a valuable tool for the officials this evening, even though it has put a stop-start to this third quarter.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers being discussed in front of us at the moment, isn't there? There's going to be a few punishments dished out.
Well, the officials are going to have a word with each other here after watching the footage. Let's see if I can keep up on track with what's about to be called here.
Both teams waiting in anticipation to see the outcome whilst the referees continue to deliberate.
And both teams are getting essentially a free timeout out of this as well, Gareth. So you certainly feel that
I think it's a free half
they'll
time
be fresh
Joel.
going into that fourth quarter.
Yeah. Of course, everyone that was involved in that little scuffle just be a little bit
at least
concerned
tempers have
now.
calmed down a little bit now, and they're not flaring over. But who knows? I mean, with still 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It has been a very physical game. You've seen the refs let a lot of fouls go in the sort of the first half, and maybe some of those, no calls have really built up in tension, and you've just seen it all explode now in this third period.
Yeah, I mean, both teams now are sort of kind of on watch, aren't they? Looking out for their teammates, and that's kind of what you do. If you see a bit of pushing and shoving, you sort of go in to help your teammates, and of course that's
Here we go then. There's a technical foul on Evan Walsh. Technical foul on Noah McCormack. And I've missed the rest of it.
Disqualification for 10 green.
There we go. So it's going to see the end of the night for Matej Vucic, who has been a problem for Bristol Flyers inside all night. He will have his night end here.
I don't think he's aware of it just yet, but obviously coach is being told of what the outcome is. Vucic is out, he's been asked to leave, I think.
And Damon Robertson also picked up a technical foul in that altercation as well. '77's got the technical foul there, and they're just signalling that, oh, that's his second personal. Damon Robinson gets a technical foul, which is his first personal. And Owen McCormack also with the technical foul. 10 green is disqualified, so Matej Vucic, his night is done. He needs to leave the arena here, Gareth, and he's not leaving the arena. Well, the video review certainly has had a lot of use out of it tonight, hasn't it?
It has, and now we've got another delay here. I don't think much is going to change the outcome of this, and Vucic's got to be careful here as well.
So Matej Vucic's night is over. He will head back to the locker room. And he will walk behind us here on commentary position. He'll walk behind the team bench as well. And Matej Vucic, his night is over. He picks up a disqualification foul. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and an early shower.
So we'll try again.
So we get the free throws now for the technical fouls. So McGusty will shoot at the line. He can't get the first to go. And both teams will be well rested, shall we say, after those breaks in play.
I see Corey Samuels in front of us trying to get loose again. It's been a big delay.
Only one more technical foul because, of course, there were 3 techs called. So McGusty goes 1 for 3. Had the chance to take the lead on those free throws and comes up short. And if you just joined us, here's what the long break in play was all about. Evan Walsh has gone the other end now. He will shoot the other technical foul that was called. He can't get it to go either. So both teams have gone cold in the break in play by the looks of it.
Not surprising, really.
Evan Walsh goes 0 for 2. I feel like we're going to need to have these last 3 minutes as a warm-up for the fourth quarter,
I think we need
Gareth.
to get layup lines going again, I think.
Well, it's going to be Corey Samuels to inbound from the sideline. Ball into McCormack. Hands off with Walsh, top to Samuels. Screen comes from Damon Robinson. Walsh with a head full of steam going downhill. It's going to be a foul call as the Legia Warszawa players are looking for a travel. Foul is called on number 12, which is Sean Jones.
And that's his fourth. On Jones.
It will bring Oyas Silines back into the game. Jones will take a seat because that is his fourth personal foul. I don't think he realised it, but then he looked at the bench and
he was enjoying himself, a little chat.
his number was called. And I think he's just realised that that was his fourth foul, Gareth, as he's explained to by the bench. And the Flyers have just missed 3 free throws in a row. There's a chance to really stretch the lead out here for Bristol. Knocks down the second. He looks to the sky. Bristol Flyers are on top by 2. Pluta. Brzezinski hands off with McGusty. McGusty, catch and shoot. It's going to be a foul on the triple, and he'll go to the line to shoot 3 shots here. There's no chance here, Gareth, for McGusty to retake the lead for Legia Warszawa. They haven't taken the lead since a couple of minutes into the first quarter. First one is good. Knocks down the second. They're all tied up at 51 points apiece.
Yeah, that one ties it. And the Legia Warszawa fans continue their chants.
And McGusty, chance for Warszawa to retake the lead. He blows the free throw. Here's Evan Walsh. Guarded by McGusty. So Walsh turns the corner. Stolen away by Legia Warszawa. Will check. Stolen back by Corey Samuels. Ball into Walsh. Thomas Edwards calling for it inside, ends up with him. Thomas Edwards to the bucket, blows the layup. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Pluta. Now McGusty. They haven't led since the first quarter, Legia Warszawa. And that will be a foul to send McGusty to the line to shoot 2. Jared Sherfield re-enters the game for the Bristol Flyers.
Evan Walsh takes a blow. Strong move there from McGusty. Back to the free throw line.
Now, McGusty with 5 points, 4 steals so far in this game. He's had his hands in all sorts of places on the defensive end. He knocks down the first to give Legia Warszawa their first lead since the first quarter. Two minutes and change to go in the third. Here's Corey Samuels. McCormack. Top to Thomas Edwards. Into Damon Robinson. Robinson going one-on-one. Spins baseline. Corey Samuels has nowhere to go. Extra pass. Again, it's turned over by the Flyers. There's going to be a foul on Jared Sherfield.
A couple of loose passes from both teams there, resulting in turnovers.
Trey Tennyson looking to come back into the game. Here you see the turnover. Jared Sherfield pokes it out of bounds. Foul is called. Now you see Coach Kapoulis there. 20th anniversary season for him in the Bristol Flyers. Wilczek can't get it to go from the first free throw. Knocks down the second. Here's Samuels. Robinson hands off with Sherfield. Sherfield open for three. Can't get it to go. Great rebound from Damon Robinson. He can't get it to go.
Sorry, Joe, look, great contact there. Robinson wasn't called.
Here's Pluta. Chance for Legia Warszawa to extend their lead. His three-pointer on the way. Rebound for Jared Sherfield. Sherfield looking to push downhill. Minute and a half to go in the third now. Ball into Damon Robinson. Nice move. There's no help defense from Legia Warszawa. Damon Robinson brings Bristol back to within one.
Yeah, sealed his defender really nicely there, paving the way for him for that drop step.
And Kendall Lewis is getting set to re-enter the game for Flyers. Oyar Sillins to the bucket, can't get the layup. Flyers with numbers the other way. Samuels. Euro step to the basket, puts it up, puts it in. And Bristol back on top by one.
That's a tough move. Corey Samuels on his left, just hanging there, flicking it off the glass.
40 seconds to go in the third. Pluta. That's a deep three. Oh, he drains it. That is an incredibly tough shot from Andre Pluta.
He was on his way back as he shot it, and he was on his way back. Strings it.
There's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Samuels with the ball. Tennyson comes up. Corey Samuels, they're going to go one-on-one. Downhill, looking for a travel, nothing given. Here's Sherfield for three. It's short. 3 seconds to go. Here's Pluta from half court. Good if it goes. Off the back iron, and that will do it. For the end of the third period, Bristol Flyers, they trail Legia Warszawa by 2. And a choppy third period. There were stops and starts and breakages up in play. The referees had to go to the video review, but we eventually made it to the end of the third quarter. Legia Warszawa outscored the Bristol Flyers 20 points to 15 in the third. And that means we are all set up for another tense finish at the SGS College Arena. Of course, Bristol, they just came off an overtime game in their last home game. Here's a look at some of those key plays from the third. That's an incredible move from Corey Samuels, Bristol's very own. And Bristol Flyers, they're led by as many as 15 points in the first half. Legia Warszawa came storming back to retake the lead in the third. And now the game is hanging in the balance with just 10 minutes to go. Andre Pluta leads the way with 11 points for Legia Warszawa. Oyar Sillins, 7 points for him. Also 7 for Michael Kalenda. 7 for Evans, 7 for McGusty. It's a real team effort out there on the court for Legia Warszawa. And meanwhile for the Flyers, they are led by 11 points apiece from Damon Robinson and Jared Sherfield. They've both got 5 rebounds as well. Robinson with 4 steals. Flyers with 12, both teams with 12 steals and 17 turnovers as well. And Legia Warszawa, that great ball movement in the second quarter. They now only lead the assist battle 16 to 13. Meanwhile, the Flyers continue to out-rebound their Polish opponents. They lead the rebound battle 24-19 at the end of 3. Well, we're all getting set to start the 4th quarter here. This game is going right down to the wire, and the final 10 minutes of action are officially underway. Here's Pluta, guarded by Kendall Lewis. Mismatch inside. They're calling for it. It's a three-pointer on the wing. That is a big 3 to open the 4th for Dominik Grzinski. And this is Legia's biggest lead of the game at 5. Samuels spins, puts it up, puts it in. Corey Samuels. A pair of tough finishes either side of the 3rd quarter break.
Corey Samuels really stepping up offensively, going to the basket and really almost like trick shots this season. No fear attacking the basket against bigger opposition and finding a way to get the ball in the bucket.
Grzinski to the bucket, gets it to go. I beg your pardon, Kalenda in the end with the 2. Extends Legia Warszawa's lead back to 5. Samuels, McCormack now. Takes the handoff with Sherfield. Sherfield going back door. Jared Sherfield for the floater. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. 3rd chance opportunity. Still can't get it to go. And the ball bobbling in and out of the rim. Flyers coming up with no points. Here's Pluta. Ball back to Pluta. Screen comes from Grzinski. Pluta, step back 3. Too much on the triple. Rebound McCormack. Oh, it's stolen away by Legia Warsaw. Another turnover for the Flyers. Kalenda, 3-pointer on the wing, splashes it. And Coach Kapoulas looks to the table to call a timeout, because what was once a 15-point Bristol Flyers lead is now an 8-point Legia Warsaw advantage.
Yeah, that's all coming from that defense, just anticipating, stealing those passes and finishing with big 3s. And this is the first one to start the quarter. Big bucket. That's a tough finish as well. Sherfield stood up straight, bit of contact with the body. And wide open on the wing, knocks down a 3. And that extends the lead out. 65-57. Legia Warsaw in the lead.
And if you Coach Kapoulas in this timeout, I mean, you had the upper hand, and then in that 3rd quarter it got really choppy, and then you lose the lead, and then Legia Warsaw come out on the upper hand out the back of that 3rd period. What are you saying to the team right now?
Need a bit of composure. It's turning the ball over way too often in this sort of couple of minutes here. So you have to find a reason or find a solution as to why they turn the ball over, try and get open a bit better, and just better decision making under pressure, because that's all is Legia Warszawa, just pressing, putting pressure on and getting Bristol Flyers to cough the ball up.
Well, the Flyers came back from a 10-point deficit with 3 minutes to go on Friday night against the Leicester Riders in the SLB Trophy. Can they do it again in the European North Basketball League?
Of course, I don't know the fitness status of Keedy Johnson, whether he's available to come back in or not.
Well, he saw him holding his shoulder. I don't think you can see him on. I think you can see him on the bench. He's got his shooting top back on. Here's Corey Samuels. Walsh. McCormack. Skip pass. Trey Tennyson. Open on the wing. Can't get it to go. Rebound ends up with Legia Warsaw. Pluta. Evan Walsh picked up with the foul away from the ball. Damon Robinson returns to the game. McCormack takes a seat.
Just got legs tangled up there. Evan Walsh with the foul. Sideline, Legia Warsaw ball.
It's going to be field check to inbound. Milchek gets it into Pluta. 7.5 minutes to go in this one. Legia a chance to stretch it out to a double-digit lead. Pluta up against Samuels.
Shot clock running down.
Step back three. Drains it as the shot clock expires. And Legia Warszawa out to a double-digit lead.
Yeah, and Bristol Flyers really do need a response now. Game just beginning to creep away. There's a big bucket from Pluta. We've seen his shooting capability. That was a big shot.
Another turnover for the Bristol Flyers. Things are just seeming to fall apart for Coach Kapoulis' side in the fourth quarter. Pluta lobbed up to Grodzinski with the jam. And Legia Warszawa all fired up after that one. They stretched it out to their biggest lead of the game at 13 points.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a 13-2 scoreline in this fourth quarter. And Legia Warszawa having fun out there now with the lob pass and the dunk. And the fans are enjoying it. So
I was going to say the fans are loving it here at the SGS College Arena. Certainly it's been a great atmosphere out there tonight. And Andre Pluta now up to 14 points to go along with 5 assists to lead the way for Legia Warszawa. And Mikhail Kalenda, 12 points of his own off the bench. Look at that step back three as well on the buzzer. That is an incredibly tough shot.
Good timing for that shot as well from a Legia Warszawa point of view. You know, just there, add a bit more pressure onto the Bristol Flyers defence. Individual shot like that. And it seems a little bit flat now for the Bristol Flyers coming out of the timeout. You have to really pick it up. Still time. But you have to get the energy back in their legs.
Of course, you've mentioned Keely Johnson. Of course, he was a big part of that comeback for the Flyers in that trophy loss to Leicester Riders on Friday night. With him currently on the bench. Who will be the person to step up to try and get Bristol back into this one? Here's Walsh, finds Kendall Lewis. Trey Tennyson now. Oh, it's stolen again by Legia Warszawa. Another turnover for the Flyers.
And any pass that's not quite there has been picked off. And here come Legia Warszawa again.
Another three-pointer on the way. Can't get it to go is Celine's. Long rebounds chased out. Another steal by Legia Warszawa.
Contact and let go again there. And Flyers can't catch a break.
Pluta using every second of this clock. It's down to 10. Pluta with the crossover to the basket. Just glides to the rim, off the glass and in. And Legia Warszawa really racking up the lead here in Bristol. Damon Robinson backing down. Can't get it to go off the glass. There's Kendall Lewis on the follow and count it. He'll go to the line to convert on a three-point play. That's what Bristol Flyers have done best. I mean, crashing the offensive glass, and that time Kendall Lewis takes the contact. Well, Bristol have really struggled to deal with Andre Pluta in this fourth quarter, and Coach Kapoulis just said to Jared Sherfield, "You've got him." So it'll be a different mismatch, a different matchup here for the Legia Warszawa point guard. Here's Pluta, now guarded by Sherfield. Another three-pointer on the way. This time it's short. Grodzinski with the offensive rebound. He puts it in off the glass.
And that's frustrating. The Bristol Flyers.
14-point lead for the visitors. Here's Lewis. Sherfield now. Flyers offense broken up here. Lewis takes the three, drives inside. Kendall Lewis with the hammer. And could that be the spark, Gareth, the Bristol Flyers need going into these last 5 minutes?
Well, they've got plenty of time to do it. They're just over 5 minutes. But that sort of play just gets the crowd going. Maybe just a little bit of belief. Going to have to play some really solid defense, though. It's got to come from the defensive end. Need to get a stop.
It's going to be a foul away from the basketball. It's going to be called on Evan Walsh. Jones is getting set to come back into the game. Here's a look at that three. And that dunk even. Kendall Lewis, how many times have we seen him get up that high this season at the SGS College Arena?
Yeah, it starts it all with the shot fake. Gets the player flying past. Lane opens up.
That's what they call the business decision in the game. Vilcek coming off the screen. Ball into Salines. Here's Jones now. He's playing on 4 fouls. Evans. Stolen away by the Flyers. So a foul called on Vilcek. And again, it's a smart foul there, Gareth. I mean, Raf Thomas Edwards not happy with the foul, but Flyers had numbers in transition.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's almost like they foul with the body. They're keeping their hands out of it, and just almost just getting in the way. Is it obstructing? But referees don't see that as any sort of foul play there, just a common foul. But slows the break, and now it's 5-on-5 on a half-court game.
Under 5 minutes to go in the third. Kendall Lewis for 3 this time, drains it. And Kendall Lewis has scored the last 5 points for Bristol Flyers. And a timeout for Legia Warszawa.
And now it's the Legia Warsaw coach who's got a few questions for his players now. Not happy. Wide open Lewis there. Not really contesting the shot. Got a good look at it.
It's one of those ones, I mean, you look at Kendall Lewis's numbers from 3 in college. He wasn't particularly a high usage player from downtown, but we've seen it time and time again with some teams that often sag on Kendall Lewis, and he won't mind taking that 3.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason why they're sagging off is because of the highlight play a minute ago. They know if you bite and you go up there, he's going to go and look to finish strong. So yeah, just sagging off, letting him have the 3, but obviously running the risk of Lewis knocking it down, which he did. And Legia Warszawa have the timeout. 4 minutes 33.
Bristol Flyers have cut it down to a 9-point game. There's around about this point as well, Gareth, in the game on Friday, where we started to see Bristol creep back into the game. Of course, the big difference maker, as you said earlier, Keely Johnson was in the game, and you see him just off the on the other end of the timeout. He's got his shooting top on, and it looks unlikely that we could see him return to this one.
Yeah, I can't see him coming back in. And of course, when you've got Trey Tennyson on your team as well, you can get hot in a hurry, make some big shots.
And a big sold-out crowd here in Bristol tonight. 750 capacity arena at the SGS Wise campus. It's good to see a big turnout on a Wednesday night. 4.5 minutes to go in this one. Legia Warszawa on top, 74 points to 65. Evans, now McGusty. And Jones. It's going to be a foul called on number 2, Jared Sherfield, for holding. That'll be the Flyers' 3rd team foul. And I think that's his 4th personal foul, I believe, as well. 3rd personal foul. McGusty coming off the screen. Robinson with a hand in the face, he commits the foul, and that will send McGusty to the line to shoot 3. The 2nd time Flyers have found a 3-point jump shooter there. I don't think it was necessarily the arm, but the landing space. You see Damon Robinson with the outstretched legs, and of course you have to give the offensive player a safe space to land on the 3, and the officials called the foul.
Yeah, McGusty doesn't get the first one to go, but yeah, just in that cylinder coming down. Robinson, big body to move out the way.
And McGusty now up to 8 points so far tonight. So it's a quiet night by his standards. He leads the Legia Warszawa team in scoring this season. And he puts the 3rd one in from the line to give Legia Warszawa an 11-point lead. Evan Walsh. Devon Robinson. Hands off with Sherfield. Screen comes from Kendall Lewis. Thomas Edwards. Ball into... There's going to be a foul called away from the ball. And that's going to be his 5th personal foul. on number 12, which is Sean Jones. So his night is done. 5 points, 3 rebounds. So Matej Vucic picked up the disqualifying foul, and now Jones with his 5th personal as well. Under 4 minutes to go. Sherfield finds Walsh. Back to Sherfield. Sherfield puts it on the floor, pulls up for 2, can't get it to go. Ralph Thomas Edwards on the follow. It's going to be an offensive foul by the official, as Ralph Thomas Edwards climbs the back of his defender. And we'll go back to Legia Warszawa.
Yeah, lucky there, Ralph Thomas Edwards really putting a shift in there, trying to get an offensive board, doing whatever he can. Judged to have made a bit too much contact with the defender, gets called for it, and looks like that's going all the way back for a couple of free throws.
Flyers are in the penalty the rest of the way now. That's their 15th foul. 3 minutes 40 to go. First free throw is good for Maximilian Vilcek, just 20 years old. Second one is good. Lead is back out to 13. They led by as many as 15. 3.5 minutes in this one. Here's Walsh. Sherfield now, hands off back to Walsh. Screen comes from Robinson. Walsh looking to go downhill, puts it up. Oh, it's blocked! Incredible. Selings with the rejection. And here come Legia Warszawa the other way. Evans, guarded by Sherfield. Selings at the other end, can't get it to go. Rebound ends up with Sherfield. Full screen from Damon Robinson. He's open inside. Kicks it out to Walsh. Walsh open for 3. Walsh trains the 3. It's back to a 10-point game.
Good vision there for Robinson, kicking out to Walsh. 10 points the difference. 2 minutes 40 coming up to go. Still time.
Evans. McGusty with the crossover, hand in the face, can't get it to go. Long rebound, bobbles out, back to Grodzinski. Oh, it's poked loose by the Flyers, and Ralph Thomas Edwards gets it to Walsh. Walsh can't get the layup to go, he falls into the referee. The referee ends up on the floor. Here come Legia Warszawa the other way. And Evans looking to use every second of the clock. It's got just 2 minutes to go. Grodzinski open for 3. Grodzinski drains the 3. And that could be the dagger.
Yeah, that one hurts, I think, Joel. That was a big shot there. Sherfield can get a quick response here.
No good on the triple. It's going to be a foul away from the ball on Maximilian Vilcek with the foul.
Ralph Thomas Edwards certainly not giving up, chasing down that offensive board. Got checked out the way.
Coach Kapoulas looking to call a timeout. His side trailing by 13 points with under 2 minutes to go. And it's been an incredible run by Legia Warszawa in that start of the 4th quarter. I mean, they went on that 13-1 run to open the really blow the game open in the end, and they certainly look good for their lead right now, Gareth.
Yeah, exactly. Just, defensively, holding Bristol to 68, 1 minute 52 left in the game. Everything coming from that, really aggressive, very physical, long team, making it incredibly difficult for the Flyers to get anything easy, apart from that first quarter, of course, where Legia Warszawa didn't really come out strong, but defending absolutely everything. Everything's contested. Everything's been made difficult for the Flyers now in the second, third, and fourth quarter.
Well, Evan Walsh hit that 3 to give Flyers a glimmer of hope, but then right at the other end, triple in response.
Some of the stats interesting. Legia Warsaw 51 points coming off the bench.
Of course, they have gone deep into the rotation this evening. They had that derby game at the weekend against Legia Warszawa. And then, of course, now here in Bristol tonight. They're back in Polish League action again this weekend.
Again, sort of rotating players, sharing the minutes.
Walsh to inbound. Ball into Kendall Lewis, puts it in off the glass. Well executed, baseline out of bounds for the Bristol Flyers. Evans. Almost stolen away by Sherfield, but into the hands of Vilcek. Kick out pass, now here's McGusty to the rim. Good defense by Thomas Edwards, and he comes away with the rebound. Here's Sherfield leaking out in transition with the layup off the glass. Timeout called by Legia Warsaw with a minute and a half to go. The lead is down to 9.
Still a little glimmer, there's a chance.
And could there be life yet in this Bristol Flyers team? And timeout has been called to stop any form of comeback from the hometown team. Look at some of those key plays. That was a great defensive effort from Raf Thomas Edwards, and if they want any chance of coming back into this game, that's where they're going to get it done, Gareth, from the defensive end. Turning defense into offense like that, they need to get stops, and they need to get quick points in transitions.
Yeah, they need to get out there, run the break, score quickly, try and get those again, to get those stops again. So, you know, you got just under, well, a minute and 30 left. You have to go all out, be aggressive, try and get those turnovers, quick layups. You can't let Legia Warsaw just run the clock. It's a difficult ask. Fantastic steal, 16 steals for Legia Warsaw, but Bristol Flyers have 14 of their own.
The Flyers are 21 turnovers as well.
19 turnovers for Legia Warsaw, so a little bit loose with the ball, both teams.
Well, under a minute and a half to go. McGusty to inbound with a full court pressure now from the Flyers. Ball into Oyaz Selins. McGusty in double team. Has to get it up here. Nice fakes. It's going to be a travel. And that's the stop they need, Gareth. The coach is not happy with his team. Now Bristol Flyers with a minute 17. Still life here at the Wise campus.
Evan Walsh playing point guard.
Always poked away, and there's another steal for Legia Warsaw. They've been doing it all night to the Bristol Flyers. McGusty. He comes to double team. Ball kicked out to Evans. Shot clock down to 5. Evans going to work. It's got a mismatch. Puts it in. Jawan Evans with the dagger.
It all came from that steal as well from Evans, didn't it?
Another steal. Oh, it's stayed by the Flyers. Sherfield can't get it to go, but there's Damon Robinson on the follow. And a timeout has been called, has it? Oh, it's been subs called even, because you can't let subs in after a score in the last 2 minutes of the fourth. Krasinski takes a seat. Into the game comes Julian Dabrowski. Oyaz Selins. And Legia Warsaw worked their way out of the trap.
Yeah, it was a nice press break, wasn't it? Ping the ball around nicely. Sherfield with a steal though.
Poke loose by the Flyers. Sherfield to the basket, gets it to go out and foul. And Jared Sherfield will go to the line for a bonus.
I love watching the Legia Warsaw coach puts his emotions out there. He's just like, what are you doing with all this weight? Just let him go, let him have the bucket. There's no need. No need to foul him. Just let him go.
Now, Coach Kapoulis is looking at the official here, asking him to upgrade it to a unsportsmanlike foul there.
I don't think his ready handlers can get one go, right, Joel? Ian. I think Coach Kapoulis didn't he use it on that buzzer beater call.
I think the officials went to look at it to make sure that the shot went off, and they definitely got the right. Oh no, they did. He did use it, didn't they? Because they didn't call the basket.
That's right.
So they are going to come look at this one though, to see whether it's worth upgrading to an unsportsmanlike foul.
So I think maybe Coach.
They're going to come around and look at it on. Here's a look at it on the replay.
I'm looking at that, Joel can't see anything too.
Yeah, I think the referees are comfortable that that was just a common foul.
Yeah. Common foul.
So it will be an and one play, regardless.
Maybe a bit of a bonus one there.
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, with the deficit the way it is, the Flyers need every point they can get right now. It's just a single free throw that's to come. Sheffield puts it in. 7-point deficit for the Flyers. Also on top by 7. Ball gets in the end. Here's McGusty. Full court pressure now from the Flyers. Get it up over the 3-point line. Here's Evans now. There's the foul by Kendall Lewis. It's one of those ones, isn't it? I mean, you can play pressure, see if you get a turnover, and if you don't get the turnover, then commit the foul.
Absolutely.
And that is the Flyers. Of course, Flyers, they have been in the penalty, so it will send Evans to the line. And Gareth, this will be an important win for Legia Warsaw. Of course, they lost to Inter Bratislava last week. They'll certainly be pleased now to get back in the win column here in the European North Basketball League.
Yeah, certainly puts a bit more pressure on the other teams. I'm sure they'll maintain that top spot. They've played a couple more games than other teams so far, but just the one loss.
Now, Ralph Thomas Edwards ends up on the deck. Well, McGusty's going to inbound here. The shot clock is turned off. It's going to be a turnover. As they end up throwing it out of play.
Yeah, this is sort of things in these pressure situations. You know, there's a good trap. Managed to get the turnover. Not going to affect the game, but good to force another turnover. And it'll just be interesting to see how they're going to play this one out, whether they just let the clock go or whether they'll try and get one last shot. Legia Warszawa is going to play some D.
Here's Evan Walsh going downhill, takes the contact, puts it up, gets the friendly roll. Staying with the full court pressure here. There's 3 seconds to go. Ball is in, and that will do it. Legia Warsaw return to winning ways in the European North Basketball League. They trailed by as many as 15 points, but come out on top 86 points to 79 over the hometown Bristol Flyers. And Gareth, that was a great game from both teams tonight. Flyers, they came out the gate storming in that first quarter, and then Legia Warsaw, they fought back throughout the second. They had a great second period. It was the third period. It was really, really choppy between the two teams, and Legia Warsaw with that all-important run in the final few minutes to open that fourth period.
Yeah, exactly. Really tight, 29-22 in that last quarter, but yeah, just the Legia Warsaw defense really stepping up, made it really difficult for the Flyers, wore them down in the end. Really good team basketball from Legia Warsaw, and deserved winners on the night.
And for the visitors, Andre Pluta, 16.6 assists, 4 rebounds. He really was the difference maker for them when he checked into the game.
Yeah, complete control as well. A game with a lot of turnovers and steals. Puts him the most settled of the point guards, and putting up a big individual performance for himself, as well as guiding his team to a good victory.
And as for the Flyers, they will remain without a win in the European North Basketball League this season. They were led by Jared Sherfield, who had 16 points. Kendall Lewis tried to spark a comeback with that big dunk in the fourth quarter, but it's back to the drawing board for the Flyers in European competition this season. That will be a tough blow for Coach Kapoulas.
Yeah, it is, but I was saying to you earlier, Joe, I think the group this year seems a lot stronger than last year, and for the growth of the team and the club, they're to play some really tough European competitions. You could just tell the level of physicality, maybe something we don't see every week in sort of domestic basketball, and that'll be good for the development and to see this type of basketball here in Bristol.
As you say, it's great, isn't it, when you can see how the leagues stack up against each other. We saw Flyers play against Start Lublin last season in the European North Basketball League. Now seeing them play against the Legia Warszawa and taking them the distance as well. I mean, it certainly is credit to the Flyers. I mean, we all know the journey this club's been on over the last 20 years to now be playing in European competition, and you never would have thought we'd even be in this position, 15 years ago when the Flyers were in the lower leagues.
No, certainly not. Playing European basketball, having the fans, who got a good credit to the Legia Warsaw fans who were noisy the whole game through, stood up for probably 90% of it, cheering their team on. Even that experience for the fans as well, just to see how basketball is sort of supported in other countries, and how sort of vocal the fans were. It's good to see.
Well, there you see the players thanking the travelling support from the Polish fans. They certainly came out in their numbers here at the SGS College Arena, and they see their side go home with the win, 86 points to 79 in the European North Basketball League. Well, don't forget, Flyers fans, you can next see the team in action right here at the SGS College Arena next Wednesday. This time next week, the Flyers take on Inter Bratislava in their next European North Basketball League game. Tickets are still available for that game at bristolflyers.co.uk. Gareth, that one promises to be another exciting matchup, doesn't it?
Yeah, another tough match as well. You said they beat these guys as well. Is that right, Joel? If I'm really saying
they beat them by 4.
Beat them by 4. So they're going to be of a good standard, of course. So yeah, it's a learning curve for Coach Kapoulas and his team, and hopefully try and get an all-important win at home.
Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here on Flyers TV, powered by ATPI. Gareth, thanks for joining us in commentary position, but we'll see you next week. For Gareth Till, I'm Joel Osborne, saying so long, and we'll see you next time.